a favorite stretch of mine, and one of the reasons I like this stretch, it hits many different angles. It's very important for Jiu-Jitsu, and it's the pigeon stretch. The reason why I like the pigeon stretch is because it's really important for guard retention. It's also important for injury prevention as well when you're training. And this combination of immobilization with the band and the pigeon stretch gets two things. First of all, it stretches that hip, but also it can help with some impingement. So impingement's basically if you're ever bringing your knee towards your chest, say you're playing guard and your knee comes in towards your chest, or somebody presses your knee in and you get a pinch right at that hip joint, the front of your hip joint, you could be having some impingement or something kind of compressing in there. So again, when you're playing guard, you want to have your knees, the ability to bring your knees close to, re-guard and leg pummel and do things like that so you can retain guard. So a lot of times people have limited range of motion in their hips. They also have tightness in their glutes or the piriformis muscles. So this stretch hits all those components. And so we're gonna take our mobility band, or a monster band, I guess as you call it right here, and you're gonna adhere it fairly low. I mean, you can kind of play with the height of it, whatever feels best to you. So if we're working on the left hip, we're going to step in and put the band right at the hip joint. So right where the hip and kind of that hip bone is, right below that little hip bone, right at the joint. Bring this hip here in front of your other knee, and then just try to drive your hip down towards the floor, like so. You go from this angle here, try to drive your hip down towards the floor, and then you can bring your chest down. You're working some different planes here, trying to get a good mobilization. Scoot out if you need a little more tension. Hold. So hold times are about 10 to 15 seconds. You're gonna do 3 to 5 reps to start with, to see how it feels. You can do a few reps, bring your knee towards your chest, we'll bring it across, see how that feels. If it still feels a little tight or a little pinchy, try it again and see if that doesn't relieve a few of your symptoms there. So it's a good one to do. Essentially I do like the one where you're just pulling the leg across, and the variation of course is, again, if that one's uncomfortable on your knees, pull here, have it kind of angled downward, and then pull the knee toward your chest or shoulder, just like that, and you're getting that same glide, that same stretch. So there's some variations. Find which one's comfortable for you, and then do them that way. So, all right guys, so that's it. A basic one that's gonna knock out a few problem areas with one exercise. You're gonna get that range of motion, getting your knee closer to your chest. It's gonna help some guard retention. If you're having some pinching in the hip, it's gonna help resolve that as well by creating a little more space in that joint. And then, just helps with pain relief and helps with mobility. So it's a good recovery tool. It's a good warm-up exercise as well. So that's it guys. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment down below. Appreciate you checking out the channel.